It is now time to get into the final movie of the Sam Raimi trilogy, Spider-Man 3. As a kid, this was my favorite movie out of the whole trilogy, and it still is now. And don't get me wrong, the first two movies were really good in their own right, but this movie is just so ridiculous. The way it tries to juggle all three of its villains gives me the feeling of intoxication. This movie has scenes that just don't make sense. So, please explain this to me. So, what surface is this necessarily lying on for the sand to be spread out like that? Are they standing on the wood part of the railroad tracks? How is this possible? And scenes are just downright hilarious. What the fuck is up with that lady? Spider-Man! And it just makes it a really fun time all throughout. It even has bits of good writing here and there, and it's mostly with Peter, but it makes sense with him being the main character and all. And it's not some hidden masterpiece or anything, but it is an extraordinarily entertaining movie. So hey, let's get into why that is, shall we? So for just the smallest bit of context about this movie, Sam Raimi was pressured, well, not really pressured, more so forced to add Venom into this movie. He originally only wanted Sandman to be the villain, plus Harry there because it makes sense, he was built up for 3 movies. But the producers told Sam Raimi to add a character that he had absolute zero interest in adding to this movie. Sam Raimi, my good buddy, how's that script going there? Oh, you know, it's going pretty good. I think people are really gonna like what I got going here. I'm really going hard with what I'm doing here. I think fans are really gonna like what I got. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but you wanna know what would be even more cool and what fans would like even more than that? If you added Venom into the movie. What? That's right, you should add Venom to this movie. But I don't want to add Venom. What did you just say? I don't want to add Venom? We're gonna add Venom, right? Yeah, but I'm gonna have to rewrite the whole script that I almost got done, but... Okay. We love Venom, you know? This isn't gonna be too hard and it's not gonna make the story feel more muddled and confusing. Haha, right, Sam Raimi. Yeah, you're good there. Now go make me more damn money. And it kind of shows in the final product. And the way it shows this is its plot. And meaning that there really isn't one. The movie is just a series of subplots that just happen to coincide with what's happening with Peter at the moment. Because what this movie will do is that it will be focusing on a villain, kick them out for some contrived reason, and then bring over the new villain that it wants to focus on. And then they'll also get kicked out, and then it'll focus on a different villain right after that. And it doesn't help that the story will come up with the most contrived ways for all the shit happening within the movie. Harry's amnesia is a big example of this, because you'll know he'll gain his memories back, it's just a matter of when. But even if this movie does handle its villains in a really bad way, that doesn't make them not entertaining. James Franco's performance reminds me of just a drunk oversharing. Yeah, man, she said I wasn't there for her. Man, I loved this girl. She broke up with me like that. I'm so devastated. Yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope you know I'm the other guy. What do you mean, other guy? Oh, I thought you should know the truth. I'm the other guy, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you or anything. She just kind of came on me, you know. You twisted ass. You sick son of a bitch. I loved that girl. Yeah, man, I loved her too. Like, when we broke up, you know, I actually slept with 3 strippers after we broke up. Man. Oh shit, man. Do you want to talk about that? Yeah, nah, I think we're good. Like, I love the taste of her lips. You know, strawberries. God, I love the taste of her lips. Can you give me another beer, Peter? Bro, you literally just said you slept with 3 strippers right after she broke up, and now you want me to go get you another beer? I think you don't need beer at the moment. Bro, just go get me another fucking beer. I'm not asking you again. Bro, fuck you. Fuck you too. Sandman, who I'd say is probably the weakest villain, still has some really strong scenes in this movie. Like, the birth of Sandman scene is literally the best scene in the whole trilogy. Plus, his fights with Spider-Man are pretty good, so that's an A+. And Venom is definitely a character. His design looks amazing, top tier, really great on Sam Raimi's part, but he's just so fucking goofy because he's literally just Eddie with superpowers. Overall, the villains are very entertaining in this movie, but just handled very badly. Now it's time for Peter's arc in this movie. Peter in this movie has extreme hubris. Peter is at the top of his world. He learned balance in his life and has the girl of his dreams. Harry even gains amnesia, so everything's just looking up for Peter right now. But like I said, Peter has extreme hubris and kind of neglects Mary Jane in this movie. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Mary Jane is necessarily the best written character in this trilogy, but man, you at least feel bad for her in this one compared to some of the other ones. Peter treats her like absolute shit in this movie, because he clearly just doesn't understand how she's feeling emotionally at all. And just from the first scene when she was talking about the critics in the movie, you can clearly tell that Peter just doesn't understand how she's feeling and doesn't even try to. You kind of really do feel bad for Mary Jane in that moment. But then it turns out Sandman killed Uncle Ben, and Peter doesn't take too kindly to that. And as he's looking for him and wondering where he is, he then gets the symbiote on, and Peter likes it a lot. You know, pretty much falls in love with it. Likes it enough to fucking murder Sandman. Turns out he's alive afterward, but still, he still tried doing that. Plus, yells at his landlord with it on. So it's clearly changing his emotions, and Peter knows this. He then puts it away, not to think about it because he knows how much it's changing his emotions. Then Mary Jane breaks up with him, figures out that it's Harry, beats him up, and then almost kills him. Then after that scene, Peter snitches on Eddie, and then right after that scene leads to one of the best scenes in the whole movie. The funny Bully Maguire walk scene. Dude, this scene is so fucking funny. Seeing Toby just walk around with his goofy ass strut with all this damn confidence, looking like a fucking emo kid, is hilarious as hell. Because it's literally just Peter with the symbiote on, with no inhibitions, and just all the confidence in the world, pointing at girls, laughing with girls, just because he felt some way towards MJ about all this, and he's doing this just to spite her. It's nothing but the biggest definition of entertaining. Then the bar scene happens, and Peter's called out for his actions when he hits Mary Jane. Then the arc basically concludes after that. There's no real hidden theme behind all of it. It's just more so about seeing what would happen with someone if they just let their ego or hubris take over. And this person being Peter, but we know Peter's still good at heart, so he didn't let his hubris just completely take over. I could nitpick some scenes and talk about how they just don't make sense, but we don't have all day. This movie definitely isn't perfect, not by a long shot, although it is an extraordinarily entertaining movie, and I'm glad that this trilogy ended like this, and not one that's bland and has nothing to talk about. It also made hella money at the box office too, just thought I'd point that out. This was such a fun trilogy to look back on, especially with these movies being a part of my childhood. So I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10, and I'm going to put it in B tier. Next is just to talk about the amazing Spider-Man movies. That's going to be something. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, that would really help me out, and I'll talk to y'all later. See ya!